Right, welcome back to another Outlying Wainwright walk, and today we're going to pick up two fells just south of Ennerdale, and they are Flat Fell and Dent. So we've just parked on the pass road, free parking, plenty of it, and there is a public footpath sign which I showed you that does actually say Flat Fell on it, so well labelled this walk, and it is a good path. It just says it's about a mile and a bit along this track up to Flat Fell, and then we'll be able to observe Dent from there and see where we're going. So yeah, thankfully shouldn't be too taxing this walk. Yeah, it's a lovely area. This is the shortcut road between sort of Cockermouth and Egremont. It's quite quiet actually, and it's a decent road, so it does save you going through Workington, Whitehaven. It's quite, I might use that more often actually. But yeah, a little further down that road, we were there a few weeks back to pick up Cold Fell and Ponsonby Fell. Shudders. So anyway, let's get up Flat Fell and have a cup of tea. Let's go. So I think both of these fells are just around the 300 metre mark. And like you say, you start pretty high up on this pass road. I can see my car just there. Dropped down quite a bit, so I've had to make that back up. But yeah, we're looking now to Gryken Crag Fell, where Mr. Alan Metalman was last week. He had a better day than I've got though. Bloody windy, and it's bloody cold as well for mid-September, but I love that route. Right round onto Lancarig. This is looking our north. Wild, absolutely wild. But I think most, like I said on my previous video, of the difficult walks are done. So I'm not expecting much more weed whacking and wet feet and off-piste routes. I think the majority of them are like this. Well-walked fells. The problem is they're all like one or two fells scattered in individual places. So the driving, you're driving 70-80 miles to pick up two little fells, and trying to find the motivation to do that is difficult. But anyway, we're aiming to finish in November on Black Combe, me and Dave Glenn Hewitt, who's been doing most of these with me. But once we've done that, a bit of freedom. Oh, here's some poor beastie that's met its end. Oh, well, lamb. Good job, Dave Hewitt here. He'll be taking that whole thing home and mounting it on his wall. Collects them for some reason. Anyway, I think we can turn off up at any point we want. It is quite gradual, but I'm just going to stick to the path and see if this is any easier. I don't fancy stressing myself out today. We've done too much of that. Right, so we've just hit the horizon here. I think the path should turn up left shortly, but we can now look down onto, I think it's Egremont or Cleatamore, one of them two. Never know this area too well. Reach out to coast there. So there's no obvious path pointing the direction up to Flat Fell. You've just got to turn left at some point along that track that you're going up and start making your way up the bank. I've gone right past the summit. It's all the way over here, so I've had to retrace myself a little, but it's not too bad. It's not bad walking conditions, but just a word of note, I think there maybe was a little path at the bottom up here I could have taken, but I just thought I'd try and make it a little easier on myself by sticking to the main path that said Flat Fell. So yeah, still need a little bit of navigation wits about you. Right, so here we are on the summit of the first outlying fell of the day, Flat Fell. Boom, we'll take it. And there is a path on this side of it. So if you, I guess the signpost at the bottom there, it says Flat Fell 1¼ miles, and that's what I've done. But I guess that's if you're going to make a loop of it, like I kind of have, and you probably maybe want to go back down this way. But I reckon if you just came up direct from the path that I found at the bottom there, it's less than ½ mile. So yeah, Anyway, we're not doing the loop, we're going this way, back where we came. So yeah, just gonna have a quick cup of tea here, then retrace myself along this path and over to Dent, which is at the top of this forest here somewhere. I believe there's a couple of summits on there. So yeah, lovely fell. So this is what Ennerdale is famous for, all its wild horses here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 black stallions here. Cracking. That's looking over to I think it's Grike and Cragfell's just behind here, and I believe this is Lancrig. Cracking little route, that one. Anyway, these look friendly enough. Cheers. So we're just working our way down Flat Fell now, and I can see a little car park over there, so I'm guessing that's going to be like the start of the ascent of Dent just here. So you can see a track going through the woods. I have plotted a map, my own map this time, because previously for the last 2 or 3 years I've been using a site called the Walking Englishman, and largely it's fine, but there are some routes on there that are just pure dangerous, and you need to be aware of that really. You can't just download any old GPX, because you don't know the skill level of the person who has issued them, so to speak. And like I say, when I did Ponsonby Fell, he had me going off the side of a mountain, crossing bogs. Luckily there was bridges, and rickety little bridges, and it wasn't pleasant at all. It was all off-piste. So what I've decided to do now is use my own plotting skills on a site called routeplotter.com, and I'm testing it out for the first time today, and it seems pretty good. In fact, I did plot the path that I missed at the start of Flat Fell there, but I thought I'll just follow that track, it looks easier. But no, I should have just stuck to the pointer that I plotted. So yeah, routeplotter.com, it's free. You can download the GPX once you've finished them, but yeah, it's nice and easy to use as well. So I think I'm going to be using that from now on, providing this gets me round here quite safely. But yeah, it looks a behemoth Dent from here. Right, so a little bit of cow dodging, and we're back onto a good track off Flat Fell now. Right, nice and easy, nice and easy. I guess this one will take you back to the starting point, the car, if you just wanted to make a loop of it. But we're going to be trying to find a path left here to cut up through this forest over onto Dent. Right, so just a nice little pleasant walk through this forest. I assume it's going to be well signposted with a massive sign at the entrance. About a mile along this track we'll be turning right. We're going to do an out and back, so up to Dent and back down the same path we went up on, because we need to be ending over here. Now then, came to a bit of a crossroads here. I've plotted a path that goes along here and it loops round, but I've just spotted this, and me being me, I like a challenge. And I reckon that's probably a shortcut to the path I'm trying to get onto up to Dent. So I'll try that and see where it goes. A few wild mushrooms in this forest. Oh, no, I'm pretty sure you can't eat them. Still an interesting one. Okay. Something's eating it. But red to me suggests danger. Aye. See an area. I love it spot. Loads of different species, I would say. No, I won't risk taking them home for my dad. Yeah, the last ones I've found. They're still here, so at least they were alright. Right, so now we can see back over to Flat Fell, and yeah, this does look like a decent shortcut path. It just a bit steeper than the track, it looks like, but it's only a couple 100 meters, so I think we can manage at this point. It looks like it's swinging up, and the summit must be up here somewhere. In hindsight, it's maybe better walking along the low path around, because you might get some views actually of Flat Fell and the other hills. I don't really like walking through forests, but yeah, it's a bit claustrophobic for me, but it's done now. And we're nearly about to join the path that'll turn right at the end of here and up onto Dent. So yeah, here we are. We just swung a hard right at the bottom there, right round, and this is the final pull up onto the summit of Dent. Still a great track. Right, yeah, just a nice little grassy gradual pull up now, and we're looking over west to Sellafield, which I guess that makes that Cold Fell there, and just behind it will be Ponsonby Fell. Cracking these far western fells. I remember it must be a year and a half back when I was doing my Wainwright round, and I came to do the far western fells, like I've just said. Grike and Lankrig, etc. Corfell is further up there. I looked over to here when I started the walk at the car park, and I pointed up and said, why hasn't Wainwright added that one? That looks quite a significant hill. Little did I know he did an Outlying Wainwright book. So, aye, he did add it. Right, here we are, on top of the second Outlying Wainwright of the day, of Dent. Boom, we'll take it. Absolutely stunning. Wonderful. Now there is two summits on this hill. There's one over there that actually looks a little bit higher now, but I didn't know which is the Wainwright. Pick yarn or garter both and be done with it. Right, looks like this is the last hill, the furthest hill west you can go of note, really. That's looking over to, it must be Wookington and Whitehaven over here, Egrements, Cleatamua, right down onto Sellafields, the whole west coast. It's absolutely wonderful. West Cumbria, land of the Six Fingers, but it's quite a big area, a lot of little settlements. I can't name them, I'm not too familiar with the area, even though my grandmother came from Wookington. But anyway, hi, there we are, we're looking right down onto Black Combe, where we'll end potentially in November is the plan now. First week in November. Looking forward to it, 600 metres. But anyway, I'm gasping for the brew. It's been about 4 miles to this point, and that's looking our back out to Flat Fell. So it's slightly higher, this one, I would say. Oh, aye, there's the lad. He's on his third round of Wainwrights at the moment, isn't he? All ticking them off. This lad here. He's only like 9 or 10-year-old. Absolutely stunning. Didn't do my first Wainwright till 35 or something like that. Anyway, I'll make use of this wind shelter. Aye, so Dent. What a lovely fell. I'll definitely back here. Like I say, there's only a couple of dozen of these outlying walks that I'll definitely be back to. And don't get me wrong, I'm happy I've trotted through them, but like I say, if I was going to recommend people to getting started on these, because a couple of people have asked me, I would start with the Shap Fells, particularly the Banisdale Horseshoe. Now that's worth doing anyway, the Banisdale Horseshoe. It's like a little hidden horseshoe that doesn't get a lot of press, but there is a path to follow. It is boggy and you will get wet, but it is very remote and very lovely views, and they're quite decent sized fells as well. Parking's limited, but yeah, anybody's doing them anyway, so you'll get there, any bother if you get early enough. But yeah, I'd start with the shaft fells, because I wouldn't want you to get 60 or 70 of these fells in and then have to do the shaft fells, because it might just put you off. They're awful. I mean, the Banisdale horseshoe I would consider part of the shaft fells, but it's all right. And the Crookdale's all right as well, but there is a lot of off-piece work, and yeah, do them first, get them out of the way, and you can kind of, what I've done here, just enjoy these last few. This is so easy. Dent, one last week, Finswaite Heights, very easy. What did we do before that? Cold Fell, very easy. Ponsonby Fell would be very easy if I did it the right way, but yeah, I guess you can make them as hard as you want, but aye. So yeah, to the Outlying fells. I think we've got less than 30 left now, so yeah, I'll be glad to see the back of them, if I'm honest, but yeah, it's going to be another milestone. Aye, well, I didn't think I'd get this summit to myself. I thought it was quite popular. Must be a sign that the schools are back now. It's like I say, mid-September. The Lake District is returning to the quiet time, which is good for those who live here. Maybe not the businesses, they'll probably see a drop in earnings, but great for walkers, especially on these outlying fells. There's less people than normal, and there's none any time anyway. So anyway, but yeah, what a lovely fell. I'll definitely be back here. Right, that's just down from Dent back onto the track that we could have came up on, but we chose the shortcut through the forest. That's pretty much the walk done as we overlook the starting point. We just need to follow this trod down the hill and back over to the car. So I thought I'd better wrap up the adventure from here as we look over to Flat Fell. You can see the horses just there. That's the first one we did today, and then Dent. Just a short walk. I think by the time I get back to the car it'll be 5.5 miles, if that. So I just wanted to say thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you back out on the fells very, very soon. Peace.